The problems never seem to stop when dealing with Dell Computers and Dell Corporation. Like most people, I try as best I can to get my money's worth. I mean, these are hard times now, and grocery prices are going through the roof. One has to conserve as best one can, especially if you have a family. However, there are times when we have to spend money or go into debt when something goes wrong with certain important items in the home. I consider a washer and dryer to be just a couple of those important things. I would guess that the local city or county officials, if they found us out at the riverbank washing our clothes, we would be fined or arrested for polluting the greenness of nature. Another that I consider very important in my home is my computer. It is how I make my livelihood. Having a major problem with my Dell computer and having lifetime telephone support for as long as I own the computer, or as long as it lasts, I called to see if the problem could be resolved. Of course, it could not be resolved under the free technical support that I have, but for some strange reason it could be fixed under the fee-based system. Shaking my head and knowing that I was about to get nickeled and dimed to death, or screwed is what I would say, I had them connect me to the fee-based support fellows. Of course, this is in India. I could hardly believe that they wanted me to charge me $129 to fix something that had never worked from the beginning, something they themselves had placed into the computer. Feeling that was a bit expensive, I asked why the price was so high. They told me that there was a much better deal and that I could purchase a 4-time fix for both my computers for only $146. As I don't have any money, and having a Dell Preferred account which I'd cleared off a couple of months ago, deciding I had no other choice but to put the $246 charge on my account and try to pay it off in monthly payments, I did what I had to do, and I bought the 4-time deal for me and my wife's computer. Asking them ahead of time, what happens if the problem can't be solved? I was told that there would be no charge, and that the charge would be removed from my Dell Preferred account. That sounded fair to me, so I agreed. Well, I was on the phone from 6 p.m. until 11 p.m. Friday night. They could not find out what was causing the problem. The problem was that Internet Explorer was freezing up at a certain point. It never ended. It constantly froze up. The situation was escalated to a higher level, and on Saturday I was on the telephone from 10:37 until 7:21 p.m. that evening. Still, the problem was not solved. I was then escalated again to an even higher level. I was on the telephone Sunday from 1:12 p.m. until 7:56 p.m. Still, the problem was not solved. On Monday, I called in again, and I was on the telephone from 3:22 p.m. until 6:14 the next morning. I think that's 9, 10, or 11 hours. It was finally agreed that they could not figure out what the problem was. I was then told that I'd only be charged a fee of $129 as they could not resolve my problem. I came unglued and began to scream and holler. No matter how many times I tried to explain that it was agreed that I would not be charged if the problem could not be solved, he just would not listen. I then told him that I had heard that I could speak to someone, one of the best technicians in the world in the United States, and I wanted to know how that could be done. I was told that they would have to charge me an additional $119 to talk with one of my own people and receive that excellent support. From that moment on, there was not a word known to mankind that did not come out of my mouth. From making babies to being the son of a female dog were some of the better words that I chose to use. This is not the first time that I've had a run-in with Dell. This is a never-ending thing when dealing with Dell support. Half these idiots working for them in India may be intelligent and the best of the best at what they do, but they do not have the slightest idea what common sense even means. I guess I'm stuck with another piece of crap that Dell has manufactured. Over the past 5 years, my family and I have purchased, I believe, 11 computers from Dell. They will never get another dime from me, and hopefully not from my friends or the thousands of readers who follow my story after I spread the word. That is, until they get their act together and stop ripping people off. especially during hard economic times. Roger Dean Kaiser, author and child advocate, signing off in a bad mood. Thank you.